are entering a new age. We're seeing things that until now have only been imagined in science fiction. And as a biomedical engineer, I'm obsessed with creating technologies that can change lives. Technologies that fuse human capacity with intelligent machinery. It's a new era in human evolution. And it's incredibly exciting.
Now, the story of a wheelchair that's operated by the power of the mind. It's the brainchild of a father and son team at Sydney's University of Technology.
It's the stuff of science fiction, a machine controlled by the mind.
New technologies are forging incredible possibilities for all of us, taking us into a future where we could all develop superpowers. Come with me as I try to create an amazing technology for an amazing friend of mine. And we'll find out if he can become superhuman. My friend lives way up the coast from Sydney. My friend's name is Riley and he's 13 years old. He's smart, funny, and really interested in new technology. I met Riley through my work with making technology for people with disabilities. Riley was born with cerebral palsy. Yeah, and the shoes.
He
has a sister, Paige, Tiny the dog, and his brother, Chase.
A lot of people see Riley as different, but in my eyes, he's always the way he has been, and he's just a normal brother to me.
Yeah, and he's cheeky and he's smart.
He pretty much gets everything that he wants because he basically drives everyone insane to get it.
My motto in life is never give up.
And you don't, do you, buddy?
No.
Riley speaks with the aid of a special computer. It tracks the movement of his eyes as he looks from one letter to the next, spelling out what he wants to say. And Riley has lots to say and a lot of ambition.
I want to be a technology engineer when I grow up.
Yeah?
I want to be just like Jordan because I am great at technology.
It's kind of cool.
The hardest thing for me is not having some independence.
Riley wears a second skin suit, so every day he has the hand splints on, and that just helps to keep his hand in a comfortable position. He wears a full suit to school, which helps with his posture of his back and keep him centred. So I think we'll wear this one. I think we'll wear that one. A lot of people don't know how to approach a disabled person. You don't have to feel scared or worried you're going to say the wrong thing, because sometimes to approach and say hello is all you need, you know.
When Riley was little, he used to play a game of trying to turn the telly on. He'd try to turn the lights on, the microwave, and he'd sit there just staring at something to try to get it to turn on or turn off or whatever he wanted it to do. One particular time, I don't know why, but a channel changed and he thought he was a superhero after that.
I've been thinking about a technology. If we can get it working, you're going to be controlling technology through your eyes. It's going to be a form of telekinesis. You know, the idea that you can, without touching an object, be able to move an object, be able to turn on an object, and be able to control that technology. And I think that idea, it's like a superhuman power. I'm not really entirely sure yet if we can make this work, but we're going to try, and I need your help through this entire process. You good with that? Yeah?
Shit, yes.
I've got to try and create a technology that will allow Riley to turn on and off things without touching them. A real superpower. The most reliable voluntary movement Riley has are his eyes, so anything I design will depend on that. The part I don't know yet is how do I get Riley's eyes to operate a switch? The part I do know is that the eyes have a very direct connection through the optic nerve to the brain. It's inside your skull. It weighs about 1.5 kilos and has the texture of a loaf of tofu, but your brain is a supercomputer, much more powerful than any computer in the world today. Your brain is one vast electrical processor. Electrical signals control your every movement to walk, talk, or even move your eyes. Riley's cerebral palsy means his main reliable control is in the movement of his eyes. So the question is, how do I harness the electrical power of Riley's eyes? I've come to meet someone who's going to show me a technology that could help harvest that electrical power of Riley's eyes. Associate Professor Danny Eckert.
Hey there, Jordan.
Danny.
Welcome. Welcome to the sleep lab.
Oh, thank you. Danny runs a lab that diagnoses sleep disorders.
So I'm going to just scrub a little bit behind your ears here.
Yep.
Nice and red, just how we like it. In the lab here.
Danny does this by reading the electrical signals generated inside the heads of his sleeping patients when they move their eyes. It's called electrooculography, or EOG.
We use these electrodes.
Oh! Okay.
That's brilliant. So that's stuck
The look on your face, that would be great.
I managed to spread that cream well into your hair after that. And there's more to come. Right there. I'm going to use your ear to hang that one on. OK, Jordan, can you hear me OK next door?
Yeah.
Great. Look to the left for me. And look to the right. Left, right, left, right. And you can see this was the left eye movement, this was the right eye movement.
What my idea is to take these signals, these styles of signals, look for these patterns when Riley is going to be looking left, looking right. We need to design a system that can pick up these same signals and can recognise when those signals are being made, and then use those signals to control technology, to control lights in the home, to control the TV, in which case we're going to need all of this sort of stuff, all of this equipment, and we're going to have to miniaturise it, make it really small, really portable. That's kind of the idea that we've got going at the moment.
What an incredible application to be able to control devices just moving your eyes. Yeah.
Danny confirms that we can detect electrical signals from inside your head when you move your eyes. I've developed similar technology in the past, but this is totally new and creates a whole different set of complex challenges. I'll get my interns to help. What we need to do is to pick up on the electrical activity from inside Riley's head when he's moving his eyes in different directions. So we take that signal, we're going to transmit that into this system. This is what we have to make, the portable EOG. This has to pick up on those signals, then transmit them to a computer. Now this computer will then be able to turn on a light, turn on a TV, turn on whatever we want it to. And that's what we want to achieve. If we can build this thing, this portable EOG system, we give Riley his superpower.
So my part in the process will be developing all the software that we need for the communication. We've got many, many layers involved in the communication process to get the signals from Riley's head to actually turn on devices in a home setting. So it's not easy in any sense. It's going to be interesting trying to get everything to work. So how much motor control does Riley actually have?
His eyes.
Right.
And when he came in for the first time to be tested for one of these different eye tracking devices, that's when I met him, and I asked if he wanted to have a go with virtual reality. And this is him using a virtual reality device.
Are they his gross motor skills, so no fine motor skills at all? Controllable and reliable?
Yeah, correct.
My role in the project is to design a lot of the electronics and to get the electronics to work with Nick's software. We are in for a lot of obstacles that could come our way. We are working with a lot of quite small voltages, a lot of components, and they're all very sensitive to power surges.
After about a week's work, we've built something that is kind of like a cross between an EOG machine and a radio transmitter. This is the prototype technology the team have made. Time to see if it works. This box simulates the electrical signals from your brain and body. As it happens, I've set it to mimic the electrical signals of a heartbeat. Why? Because I know what the electrical signals of a heartbeat look like. What makes the sound of a heartbeat is actually the heart valves opening and closing, like doors opening and slamming shut. Boom, boom. But what makes those little doors operate are tiny, tiny electrical signals. So if this device works, those little signals will be sent over to that computer. And there we have it, a heartbeat. Now, if we can do this with the tiny electrical signals of a heartbeat, we can do it with the tiny electrical signals from Riley's eyes. So I'm on my way to Riley's and we've just tested this piece of software. This is the portable EOG setup. This kind gentleman has decided he's going to help us doing the film work for us. What we have here is the electrical activity directly from my eyes going through the electronics and straight to the tablet PC. So you can see if I make a movement, we should be able to see some signal changes. This is the electrical activity directly from my eyes. So now this all works with me. Let's hope it all works with Riley. Cool, huh? Hello? I'm going to put this one onto your temple. This is going to show us the electrical activity that's going on every time you move your eyes. So you've got this sticky stuff that's going to hold it in place for us. Might be a bit of a weird feeling at first. I want you to look at that dot for me and align your head so that you're looking straight into that, because this is what you're going to use as your center point. Up we're going to place there. Yep. All right, mate, I'm going to need you to practice this. So what we've got is we've got 4 different commands. Up, down, and then let's go to the right. You're just going to look over here, right, back, left, back, right, back, down, back. Track my hand, center, up, center. See, we can see a change in your eye signals. Riley needs to practice till his eye movements are distinct, and I'll be needing as much data from his eyes as I can get for the next stage of my technology. If we're able to work out which signals you're doing each time, we're going to be able to control anything, any type of technology we can think of. All right, so start thinking about the things that you want to control and start practicing. You got it?
It's great because Jordan and I are developing this technology project together.
If you could do anything with this technology that we're going to make, what would you do?
I want to drive a car.
You want to drive a car? You're only 13. All right, we're done for the day. What I saw in there was a really strong will and determination from Riley, and that's going to be really encouraging. That's something that he has to continue all the way through. So I need to make sure that my technology keeps up with Riley. I don't want to let him down. So this is Riley's head and this portable EOG system, which is what we've got set up, and we've got the signal going to the computer. So this is the part that we've already done. Now we want the computer, when it has those signals, to control something like a light bulb or a TV or any sort of appliance. So this is the part where we need to make programs that are going to learn the difference between these signals it's being sent. If you look up and back, it kind of looks like when you were looking to the left. Look down. Yeah. You see, the signals are similar, but there is a difference, but it's not super easy to tell.
So because it's difficult as a human to tell the difference between those signals, we'll have to develop a artificial intelligence that'll actually allow us to determine that, determine the difference and pick up those patterns.
Yeah. What we've got is Riley's eyes and Riley looking in a certain direction, and that gives us a stream of EOG data. And that's going to go through our artificial intelligence, and this needs to tell us whether he's looking left, whether he's looking right, whether he's looking up, whether he's looking down. Now, that's the idea. We don't care what this signal is. We want the artificial intelligence to figure out that signal and tell us where he's looking. It's kind of like when you go to the airport and you've got your bags going through the check. You've got a box and you've got a guy just watching all of the bags that are coming through, and he's only looking for things like knives and weapons. So this is exactly what this will do. It'll basically put a box around the signal. It watches the stream of data and goes, I don't recognise it, I don't recognise it. And then when it sees a signal that it's seen before, it goes, ah, I recognise it. You're looking left.
It's very similar to how a human learns something in a classroom. Often it's done through repetition.
Nick gets to work on our complex AI program that will analyse the EOG data we've got from Riley. Meanwhile, Maggie has come up with a brilliant design to hold the electrodes to Riley's head, a special headband.
You need to make sure they're positioned correctly at the front of his temple and at the back of his ear. What I've come up with is a design that will allow the sensors to fit nicely on the back. This sensor will sit at the front here. Then the cable will snake through and come out the side there.
Maggie's design is programmed into the 3D printer, where it's going to take all night to print. So I'm off to Riley's house to show him the design of the headband. So here's our current prototype. We've got the 2 electrodes on those sides. With this, especially this front part, we had it inspired directly from Tron. It was kind of like the light cycles that they ride on, the motorbikes. The wheels look really sort of futuristic and have a blue glow. So like every time you send a signal, we're gonna flash lights through, either backwards or forwards. We're still deciding on that. Yeah? Yeah. Very cool. Give a bit of a feeling of power. Yeah? I'm leaving Riley and his family to get ready.
You gotta eat on the run, because you're not gonna have time.
Tomorrow, they're all travelling down to Sydney, where Riley gets to test our technology.
I think Jordan will make me a superhuman because I have the faith in him.
Making a lot of funny noises.
Why did that happen?
Back at the warehouse, the 3D printer that's making Riley's headband is giving us problems.
I'm about to have a heart attack because it's not working. It starts off and then just midway through the first layer. Really stressed out. I'm really nervous that it's not going to finish in time and it's not going to work, and yeah.
And Maggie's not the only one getting stressed. Nick and I are having trouble making all of our devices talk to each other.
So now we're just going to add your little sneaky output.
Yeah. We're setting up so that we can have a control going into the headband. Okay, so that's a constant signal, is it?
No, it should be false at the moment.
Whoops. We've set the 3D printer printing overnight, so at least now that's going. Riley arrives in the morning, and if the 3D printer doesn't work, the headband won't be ready, and our technology still has problems, and Riley's been working really hard, and I don't want to disappoint him. Wow, the print has finally worked. This is beautiful. The cables might be hindered by that tooth when they get pulled through.
It will sit in there. Just like that, like that.
Now, it's time to get ready for Riley's arrival.
Why did I get you to source the carpet?
It's going to come back a bit.
But then it's not centered.
It wasn't centered in their place.
Oh, okay.
We grab all of the appliances Riley's going to operate.
Power.
There's a TV, couple of fans, lights and stuff. Fairy lights, why not? And we set it all up to look a bit like Riley's house.
It's looking nice.
Now, it's time to test our setup. We're going to send this a signal, which should transmit it over there, and we should see that fan come on. Okay, let's give it a try.
We'll try again. Nothing's happening on the board.
So this should work. Yes! Ah, we got it! We're about to connect this up to a computer, a tablet PC, and a tablet PC should be able to control that, which means that our headband can control the tablet, which can control that. We've made a bridge right between Riley and the headband and the environment. So very soon, he should be able to control all of this stuff when we bring him in here. Hopefully. How you doing? You feeling good?
Yeah.
Yeah, excited?
Yeah.
Ready for the big day? Yeah? So this is our warehouse. Got this part all laid out kind of like your house. That was my drawing. You're going to be switching on and off these devices. So those movements that I got you to do, one of those will switch you between all of the different devices, one at a time. The other one will actually switch that device on. So if you start with this and you make a right eye movement, this will switch on. If you make it again, it will switch off. Then when you look the other direction, then it will toggle to the next one and the next one. Yeah? You keen? All right, let's go.
Keen is red. It's red.
What we've got is a little present. Here are the headbands. This is quite a big design, but it's soon apparent there's something wrong with our headband. Our design is just a little bit too big and it just gets in the way. When Riley's head's looking straight forward, the design is fine, but it gives him no directions to move in. We're just going to get rid of the headband for now, so we're going to get him to try this with just the electrodes placed straight onto his temples. So after all the work that went into this headband, we'll have to figure out another way to fix it. But for now... All right, let's go. Let's do this. You ready?
Yeah.
Good. All right. We're going to control all of this stuff here, so I'm going to sit you right here where you can see it. First, good. Riley's going to try turning on the light bulb. Right. Remember, this technology is new. We've never done this before. Not sure what you're on. Okay, it's all right. Take your time. Take your time. There we go.
Thank you.
Focus straight ahead, relax, and then make a movement. Next, the corner lamp. Nice. And the fairy lights. Yes. Yes. Right. And then the fan. Any time in between, just stay focused straight ahead. Right. Nice. And then another one. Hey! And now the one he really, really, really wanted, the TV.
Wow. I've been able to learn about technology thanks to Jordan. I would love to develop technology to help people like myself.
It was absolutely amazing.
Wow.
Dreams come true.
He says I've got something to say to you. Thank you.
Doing all right?
Yeah.
Today, Riley gave us a glimpse of the future. It's a future where we are able to drive technology. We're able to control technology through the biological signals that we possess. It's a future where the technology is an extension of us, where it augments us. If you could do anything with this technology that we're going to make, what would you do?
I want to drive a car.
You want to drive a car? Riley's taken our prototype technology and done something he's never done before, controlled his home environment using the power of his eyes. Now I want to find out how far we can push this technology. I want to find out if it's possible for Riley to drive a car.